All right, Tom Griffin, tough 5-2 defeat to North Georgia today. We've talked about energy throughout and how players are responding to this 8-game losing streak. I'm sequestered in the press box. What was the dugout like, especially late when you try to make a rally in the ninth?
Oh, I thought it was great. We've talked about that last 2 days. The one thing we wanted to do was basically have energy throughout the game, and our bench, our players, all did that. We talked as well, and there was a big sense that everyone was pulling for each other. We wanted to treat every inning kind of like a ninth inning rally, for that focus, and I think it did. I think it helps our guys a little bit, and I told them it's a lot funner to be a part of, certainly when they have energy in the dugout, and they've done that, no question.
We've talked about frustration over this skid a bit, and I suppose that's apparent today. 4 errors. How would you typify the throwing errors, some soft tosses just to the bags that go wide, and guys advance and eventually come around to score?
Well, we met with our players, and I think they said it best. When we asked them if there's something we need to look at, or what kind of their thoughts, and basically I think what they think, and it's probably very true, is they're hoping not to make a mistake instead of making a play. And obviously, when that happens, that's when mistakes happen. You're a little like, oh, I hope I don't make a mistake here, instead of I'm going to make the play. And that's a mindset. And so we've got to kind of, hopefully they'll change that a little bit. We'll focus and practice a little bit more about being aggressive. And if we're going to make mistakes, make sure it's an aggressive mistake versus a tentative mistake. So I think that's a big part of it, yeah.
What did you get out of your pitching staff? 5 pitchers a record today, and they all seem to have some solid aspects to their games.
That's our strength, is pitching. And I think we even saw this week, or this last 2 days, we had one young man, I think 2, that pitched more than they had, Lucas Watson and Brandon Timmerman. And I thought both of them did an exceptional job, which is even more, being more optimistic that now we've added 2 more guys to a staff that we feel is very solid and can compete. Defensively, we've got to take care of some things, take care of the ball a little bit more, but still with the aggressive attitude. And then the other thing I thought we took out of this, I thought Coach Cantrell and Coach Holder, we talked before the game, they did an exceptional job with 2 strikes. You even mentioned that with 2 strikes, they really did a good job of putting balls in play. Our pitchers, you said, man, they were just pesky. And that's really the kind of team we've got to be offensively. We got a couple guys that swing it pretty good, but we've always preached about, on offense, be a team that is thinking middle backside, see the ball deep, compete with 2 strikes. And I thought it was good actually to watch that side of it, because I think it was a good reminder for our guys basically of how we want to compete with 2 strikes.
So is controlled aggression the message from here on out?
Yeah, control. We are a very aggressive team. We play with energy and enthusiasm. So, but also with the thinking part of the game as well. And again, I think as the players noted, we can't be afraid to make a mistake. We've got to think the game, think before it happens, like most people and coaches talk about. But I think we can't be waiting for something to go wrong and hope we don't make a mistake. We've got to be the aggressor in that more. So,
we talk about pitching. Clayton Eames gets the start today, takes a loss in 3 1/3 innings, but matches his innings output.
Yeah.
Had 3 1/3 pitched coming in 4 appearances, goes 3 1/3 today. What did you get out of him?
well, again, it gives us another pitcher who's gaining some experience that you hope, comes at some point in the last couple weekends of conference series and even tournament. It gives you a guy who's gaining some experience. And that's what we're telling all these young pitchers. You've got to gain experience and learn. Can't learn in the bullpen. You got to get in games. And in midweek games, sometimes you take some lumps and you go through some learning things because you've got to give these guys experience. And I thought Clayton did that as well. And he'll learn from some of the mistakes he made, but you're going to learn a lot quicker by being in games than you are in a bullpen situation, because there's a guy with a stick up there swinging a little bit. So, it is. I think you're right, Adam. Our pitching's going to be okay. We'll play good defense because we've been solid with that. I think our hitters did much better the last 2 days. I think our approaches were better. We had 11 hits. Again, I know only single runs, but we're hitting the ball. Got to find a guy with the big hit to kind of extend it.
Left 13 stranded. today too.
Yeah.
So that plays
It does.
in as well.
I know it does, and that's where we got to find that big hit with 2 strikes and 2 outs, or with 2 outs. We got to find that big hit, and we do believe it's going to come because things have an even way of evening out, and we've talked as a team from day one. It too shall pass, and we've got a bracelet that has it on there. Well, when we used that term in the beginning of the year, we didn't know it was actually going to come to truism here, that it too shall pass. We had a nice streak there in the beginning of the year, and as it too shall pass means it will end. You don't want it to end. You don't want it to happen too long, but we're in this streak right now where it's like, all right, this will pass. When? Well, we'll see, but we're going to be better for it. That's a cliche, and we're learning that real quick.
Anything else, Griff?
No, got a tough matchup. Coach Gant coming in, and I think the world to him, and they just solid baseball team. So it's a great challenge, and we'll get to play at home, which is nice. We don't have to go on the road. So, I know our guys are going to compete. We're going to practice hard tomorrow, and I know they're going to come out and compete this weekend, and we're going to be better than what we were today.
Thanks, Griff.
Thank you.